Okay, if it gets a little bit wet, it's fine. Guys, these things.
Y'all gotta get in the booth and start put some actual work in. When I see this nigga, I almost like pass out. So one of my favorite rappers all the time, everybody knows. The game was on Neon Stream, and he admitted, like, the game admitted that that Neon checked him about trying to fuck or trying to date his ex-girlfriend.
Game 5, Eastern Conference semifinals. The Hornets find themselves in a postseason deadlock at 2 games apiece. It is a critical turning point, and they know the time is now as they face a pivotal Game 5 against the Pacers. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue. Coming right up.
The game was streaming.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs here on 2K Sports. It's Game 5. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. So with Gordon on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. You've got Barry. Jason Tatum is out there with Mourning. Then it's Thompson, and it's Curry in at the point guard. And for the Hornets, they've got Curry. Nowitzki's out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Kareem, and it's Booker in at the 2. Take a look at the Pacers. They've held their own so far, Greg, in this series, and if they can pull it off, what a win that would be for them tonight.
And it would put them in the driver's seat, Kevin. One win from the conference finals. Game 5s on the road are never easy to win, though. For them to do it, they're going to have to grind this one out.
That's why Game 5s are so fun.
Curry understands how to take a hit, prepares for it, and makes the necessary adjustments.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. It's to Curry. Shoots over Curry. A shot by Curry, no good.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And so here's Charlotte. Right side Curry. Nowitzki dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. Banked in off the ball.
And when we talk about players who don't mind shooting with a hand in their face, Kareem's at the top of the list. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Nowitzki, no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Coming to this game after losing on Saturday.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
You're not allowed your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
So it's the Pacers now. Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go.
Tough rebound for the big fella, but that is his job, folks.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Coach Charles Lee, he immediately brought up Jason Tatum, the incredible all-star forward, saying, quote, Tatum is an NBA champion for a reason. He leads his team. JT does it all at 6'8", great passing it, defending, and obviously scoring too. We'll see how they plan to contain Jason tonight. Back to you guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
Somebody like
Nowitzki, no good.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Here's to Tatum. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Now, here is Abdul-Jabbar.
No cap literally had 4 business points.
Now Nowitzki. Three-pointer. Curry kicks to Nowitzki. Charlotte moving the ball up. 4 on the shot clock. Fades and shoots. And the Hornets miss again.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
So they foul and it's 2.
have really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Hornets making a change here. Durant's checked in. The Pacers also with the Sun. Jordan, he's checked in for Tatum.
Check out Morning Inside, where he operates such confidence. This close in, he knows he's got the shot.
A timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
As opposed to no cap. Thing is, you're not that on out there. You got 8 sheet on the benches, 8 men in every city. They're going to get every club. Yeah. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I see the smartest girls these days, they're choosing the food. Like, respect to me, like, they don't have anything to get. Respect. You can't have to do that.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for the midfield. These players can flat out shoot the rock. The 2K leaderboard shows us the top 3-point shooters in the playoffs. Fifth on the list, Devin Booker.
He is having so much success from beyond the 3-point line. Some guys just thrive on this kind of pressure.
Curry with it. Guarded by Curry. Here's to Booker. Jump shot is good.
Insane skill, the ability to be rise, fire ready. Devin Booker, yes, sir.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Pacers. And there's the call. That is his first foul of the game. Morning's checked in for Indiana. Curry against Curry. On the wing, Jordan. Over Durant. Again, Indiana.
Well, Jordan's jumper is just pure, especially at that range.
Booker looking around. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Outside Durant. Fires the three. That shot, no good. For Indiana, they've gone 50% from the field to this point. 4 of 8. Jordan's shot is off. Now,
just when you thought you were going to get answers on this Monday Night Raw, following Survivor Series, all you're going to get is a female main event match. All you're going to get are some BS tag matches. All you're going to get is just boring. After war, after war, after war, after war. And the leaders advocate.
You're gonna watch.
This Monday Night Raw. That goes off like this. It starts off, and guys, first when I say this, it is primarily focused on the female side of things, and that is by default already 3 steps below 0, right? So to be like, we're already starting off at minus 3, right? So we're at a very, very steep deficit here, okay? We started off, and let's just go over. You know what, guess what? Let's just go over, like, the main headlines here. The Raw starts off, right, with the Via status spot, and we are great. Right? And then we go into the ring, Charlotte Flair comes out, Alexa Bliss, and they're like, you know what, that seems like a work game. You want to be the best tag team. You gotta beat us. We can't get after this Freaky Warriors, the Freaky Warriors, and that's for title shots. Now, Chad, let me tell you this, getting in for this. Why do we have 4 legitimate main eventers? Io Sky, for the female division. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair. These are 4 legitimate single-star competitors, and they're fighting over what exactly? Who knows what? Now, I said in a bunch of videos ago, I said, look, if you want to make the tag division interesting, you have to bring in some interesting names, and you got to make sure that there's only one title on the line, right? Because on Monday Night Raw, it's Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. On SmackDown, it's divided 6, right? I said we cannot have that. We can only have one tag team champion. And on the female division, we only have one tag team champion. So that is something that makes the tag division actually pretty good. But it is inevitably still only a tag division, right? Nobody's going to be main eventing WrestleMania the tag division, right? To see Rhea Ripley hugging and like, you know, just almost like making Rhea, like Io Sky, her daughter, is weird, bro, okay? How do we go from these two, you know, wanting to figure out who the best one was out of the two at WWE Evolution, and now that being like, I love you, Rhea, I love you, Io. It's like,
And
bro,
let's quickly break down the
kids
game, guys.
games,
We've been watching
the
from the
big
Hornets.
rules, like,
Well,
we
the
take
offense
that's
is
it.
clicking,
And
and
now
they
we're
seem
getting
to have
attached
seized
to
the
this for how
momentum
long?
here early on.
So,
Well,
by
it's
the
been a
way,
really pretty
this
thing
is
to
just
watch,
stalling
executing
for
their
mania
game plan
season.
to
We're not really
perfection.
going to get anything particularly awesome until
Pacers trail by
maybe
3.
the Royal
So
Rumble,
with
maybe
Curry sitting
the
on the
Elimination
bench,
Chamber,
here's who
maybe.
Rick Carlisle's
Maybe.
going with.
So
Baylor is
that
out there
was
with
exactly what
Perry.
happened
Then
here,
there's
and then
Price.
with Adam
Then
Pearce,
there's Mourning.
and
And it's
you
Jordan
know,
in at
it's
the
like,
shooting
you know,
guard.
Adam
Now,
Pearce,
here's
gets
Irvin.
confronted by Ivy
Following
Lau.
the miss by
She
Mark
goes
Price.
away. He's like,
There's
oh, baby.
Holmgren from
But
the
in the
arc.
meanwhile,
Buries it from
you know,
three-point
he
range.
announced that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are going to be competing against Io Sky. They were working with that. I quit. I quit Raw early. So here we go, man. Another week, another episode of the Heels Advocate quitting early. Because, bro, I'm not going to sit there and watch this female act for me. What do you think? Okay? So that's what happens. Paul Heyman goes back and he's pretty much setting up the title match for Braun Breaker. And then we go right away into Uso versus LA Knights. And this match was pretty entertaining for what it was, right? These guys have wrestled so many times already, so I was pretty enjoying it. Now, the finish of this match was pretty weak in my opinion. Some guy was like, yeah, you know, James on the back to the second rope.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotation
okay,
and getting the ball
in
in the
the paint.
paint.
LA right here,
Timeout called by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
He covers it a little bit. That's some super excellent. Doesn't go for cover. And yeah, that didn't work. Jey Uso hits a spear, goes in for the splash. He tries to pin. It didn't work. LA Knight reverses. He kind of dodges a reverse a little bit. But with a roll up, he gets the 1, 2, 3, and that's the victory for LA Knight, right? So the fact that LA Knight had to beat Jey Uso with a roll up, that is what I was like kind of iffy about. It's like, bro, if you want to beat Jey Uso, beat him clean, I get it. It doesn't particularly make LA Knight look strong, right? It's like, dang, you gotta like roll up Jey Uso to beat him. So that's what it was. Now, this was the part that I found really interesting. Jey Uso was like, you know, sitting in the ring, and the camera was panning off.
Why did you have to smack his ass,
what the
bro?
hell is
I
this?
hate some
But you could tell
ass
that this year was
Dude, what you looking at?
right? And honestly, I like this right here. Finally, Jey Uso crosses out, tosses away the prime models. He just like throws away the steel steps. He's angry, right? This is the Jey Uso that I'm wanting, and we're finally getting it. And I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy because look, Jey Uso has completely sucked. Like from how he lost his title to now, I cannot lie, he completely sucked. He was so passive at his character. Passive, he didn't do anything properly. He had a little statement he was angry and he was like getting confronted by Ruby once. So guess what? We gotta take the ball into him. Showing losses, demanding respect, right? And then he had a little win streak for like 2-3 weeks, and Jey Uso was like all getting like, bro, why are you doing like this? Why are you doing like this, bro? This ain't even like you. This ain't even like you. This ain't like you. So that whole thing happened, and I was like, okay, so I think that's gonna like, you know, in Clash of Paris. It didn't, right? Phil Forward came in, you know, and went away. It did nothing. So I was like, are we even gonna get something? And then we go into like that match with the back and the range where we lost and drew it. And Jimmy and Jake come in, and it's costing the match. And then like Roman Reigns was in War Games. It's like everything kind of got sidestepped for Jey Uso. And I think this right here is the step in the right direction for this character. And you know, let me just go right away. Let's just go right immediately into the backstage segments. So pretty much what happened as he's walking out after that and this manager was like, oh, it's just me, you know, it's me, Kathy K or something.
Just be patient, look, I got you, nigga.
I got so many ways to address, and it's just like having this constantly, this year, ups and downs, title loss, title wins. You know what? I'm kind of sick of this right now. I've got a few things to address. And just like, Big U's Roman said, that title, them titles would look good around his shoulders. They wouldn't look good on mine, though. Too. Right? And then he walks off, right? So he was mad at that, right? So I really hope we're going to get Jey Uso in the ranks. And I really hope we're going to Jey Uso, bro. We need Jey Uso to beat his ass, bro, right? And like, not in the sense of him completely wrestling him, but like, whatever, right? Whatever. Like, if you were to look at his match against Jey Uso at SummerSlam 2023, when Jey Uso came in and betrayed him, it's like, we need something like that to happen, like that type of competitiveness, but Jey Uso has to be the cheeks to win, right? Because Jey Uso, like, he can get close to the finish line, but he can't do that little last ball. He can't do that, right? So by turning it heel, by having him cheat, by having him be lean, you can push him over the edge, and you can get a clean victory over Raw against that dude wonders for you. Main event night one, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, sign me up, let's do it, bro. See, I'm fucking going in there and making this great words, I don't care, bro. But we need to do something big with Jey Uso because the reality is we don't have many people that can fill in his spot. Yes, you can say he's a great tag champion for sure. He can be it's like, why would you? He's done that for 15 years already, right? The opportunity is always there to bring him back down to the tags, but the opportunity to push him up into a single star main event level is not always there. So, I hope we're able to really guys through this. But yeah, I'm genuinely out for Jey Uso in this this little character arc. So that was a good thing, right? And then immediately we go backstage, right? And I see Larry Valkyria. Asuka's there as well. I skipped it. I didn't even know what happened. And then we had Dominic Mysterio come out with Judgment Day, right? And he's showing off the side plates, but said Johnson is pretty good. But Dominic is okay. Dominic is okay. The only thing Dominic is particularly amazing about, even today in this promo, like, is when he looks fine, right? And he picks up the mic and over to his left, and then he drops it. Like, bro, nobody is like really so out to the point where you can get. So like, he's baiting the dudes, right? Obviously, it's illegal. He's doing what he's supposed to do. But you don't find it particularly amazing about I would really prefer if Finn Balor turns socks and right in his jaw. And they got a few going. Hopefully soon, hopefully maybe at WrestleMania they can get that definitely going. But yeah, I really liked it. And then Dominic was like, let's see how we don't forget the first nigga. Look forward to this guy, right? So happy with him. Very, very convincing and annoying heel. Definitely does her job really well. And in a world of people that claim to be a wrestler, her character seems to just be very authentic, right? When it comes to Dominic Mysterio, he doesn't seem that funny. Like you can tell he plays the bad guy or like an annoying guy. But Liv Morgan, she definitely rules her character. So I really believe that she gets part of the Judgment Day. And yeah, so they go on and do the bigger one and do I only had like really like backstage segment thing was like Max and Luke and
very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and
I was like, okay, what is this?
We've got more in store for you right after this.
Adam Pierce like, look, you don't know who the masked person was. It cannot be Seth because the doctors promised me you could barely walk in that ring. Come on, man, referee, if you know something, please tell me. I'll definitely make a video on that. I believe it is awesome theme. Some people were like thinking it was
first half of this postseason contest, and it hasn't been a great game so far for the Indiana Pacers.
It is literally no, right? It can be literally.
I'm impressed they're still in this. They've done some good things today, but the three-point shooting is not
it could just be some guy backstage working
and that could bode
like
well
one of those
for
like
them in the
security
second half.
people who came and jumped the phone and did that. And the real person is
and looking at where the Hornets stand in the series.
As well. So,
they've got a chance to retake a lead in the series, and a hometown crowd eager to help them do it.
You're right. Home court advantage can be
I
the
completely
difference
skipped this.
maker. Time to make that
I'm not
move.
gonna lie, bro.
A pretty balanced
Seeing AJ
series so
Styles
far.
in the
Both
tag
teams
division,
have proven
Dragon
they can
League,
win
what the
games.
hell is it?
So
This
who knows
just
what
feels
will
like
happen?
a universe mode, just random.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We go backstage, and then La Primera is like, I show the whole world what happened when you first La Primera, you get girl, and then Little walks into the frame, and I like this.
So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside in Game 5. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
They're about the same size, so if they would have wrestled, it is the league, right?
And we're back for more exciting action from the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Even something like even if she were to be on SmackDown, can you imagine Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill, bro? Come on, that wouldn't make sense. And I think if you want to have a competitive match with Liv Morgan, I think La Primera is the right body type for her to go up against. So then we go. And we have the main promo of tonight, and that was the Vision, okay? And I guess Logan Paul is officially in the Vision, bro. Like, he's literally on the logo screen. What the hell, bro, right? What the hell? Now, I'm not gonna lie, the promo began horrible. I don't know what it is. People need to stop glazing Paul Heyman. Oh, Paul Heyman is amazing on the mic. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? What is the last time we had a great promo from Paul Heyman? Name me one time he had a good promo this year. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like, be real, right? And then he just walks around, blah, blah, blah. And then we get to the meat and potatoes of this. I believe Braun Breaker cut the second best promo of the entire year, right? Only second to the John Cena pipe bomb, okay? He cut the most intense. He did stutter a few times, but that is added to the intensity, okay? Sometimes I don't want to say stutter, but maybe stammer, right? Like when you have to kind of abruptly end your sentences, restart, that's a stammer. A stutter is when you right? So he didn't do that. He just stammered one time, and he immediately recovered from that, and that just added to the intensity because he didn't stammer and then keep on stammering. He stammered, he got mad, he took off his shirt, right? He got mad, he took off his shirt, and that's when the intensity began. He's like, CM Punk, you're an old fraud. Many years ago, I looked up to you. You were the guy at the top. And now, at War Games, I was genuinely surprised to figure out how much of a soft little bitch you were. And trust me, on January 5th, which is the 1-year anniversary of Raw Netflix 1, I'm going to prove to everybody in the world that why the old dog is gone and the new dog is in. Woof, woof. Okay, he didn't say woof, woof, woof. But that's really what it came down to. And I really highly suggest everybody to go and check out that promo. Really intense promo, right? And unfortunately, he cannot always cut these types of promos, or the uniqueness of those promos are going to fade away. Okay? So you have to understand that situations like this require promos like this, but promos like this aren't always warranted. So you gotta pick and choose when you do this stuff. And I really hope for Braun Breaker, he can also add a few more layers other than being overly angry, overly hyped, and overly in tune with the heat and intensity. Because if this is a default promo, this promo right here, which is so great, is gonna kind of become mediocre. Okay, so that's what you gotta keep in mind. But as it stands right now in isolation, it's the second best promo of the entire year. I mean, let's be real about it. Just him cutting a promo, I literally was watching it, right? And at the beginning, Paul Heyman was boring me. I was scrolling on TikTok, looking around, reading chat. And as soon as Braun Breaker took off his over jacket and started to start yelling, my eyes were glued to his eyes, right? I didn't say a single word a single word up until he was done. You understand? So that is pretty rare. I always like feel like I'm not captured in most of these promos. But in this promo, I was totally captured. I was eye locked with Braun Breaker, and I was like, "Hey man, you got me, bro." When he finished his promo and he walked out, I was like, "Damn, bro, put that title on him right now." You know what I'm saying? Because it feels to me like CM Punk. Now this might be a little bit of a shoot, okay? But CM Punk, ever since he came back, he never got the A-list treatment. He never got the A-side treatment. He always got the B-side treatment, okay? He was the main event of night one. He was a loser at the Elimination Chamber. He didn't get to wrestle for the world, he didn't wrestle for the Undisputed Championship. Obviously, he wrestled John Cena, but, you get what I mean, right? Ever since he came back, he never challenged for the real title. He was always on, like, Seth Rollins feud, which is not important, not interesting. And for him to then come out and say, guess what, man? We're getting paid a salary now. We're not getting paid like we used to back in the day. We're not getting paid like, a percentage of the revenue from
Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Devin Booker. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Charles Lee. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
You don't want to be in a position where he is. That well, that people would love him more than Cody Rhodes. Understand what I'm trying to say here? Cody Rhodes, he's doing like this role, big, really big phase, and acting really out of the water. The fact is, CM Punk is not worth it, and Cody Rhodes.
And you gotta love the fire that Morning brings with his passion for the game is so special.
Okay, so the fact is, Braun Breaker, he is right there at the podium fighting for the World Championship.
They're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 mates are from beyond the arc.
Indiana moving it around. Off target from outside.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Well, guys love to score, but the differentiator is can you do it efficiently? And right now, that's what's happening.
Now, here's Thompson. Good work there as it goes. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Curry. He's got 7. Pass to Booker. To the paint. Oh, Kareem, strong and focused.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Or when the Cowboys lose to a partner, like, it shows you that this is the National Football League, man. Sometimes you got to get on the flight, right? 1.5 hours skip. You got to fly 4.5 hours. The defense is set slow, and Bo got to pick us up sometimes. It happens. Every game is not going to be a blowout. But for turn, I have to turn it off. We ain't see Bo. Bo came out had a hell of a first drive. Ended with points field goal. He had a hell of a 2-minute drive before that happened. Ball down, touchdown to Sutton. You love that? I love that. That was a fucking. Then on the drive, the Commanders came out for the touchdown after that. Won't answer that back. Touchdown. 3 third down conversion. One with his leg, pushing the ball downfield. Really? And this shit was great on the run for the fourth quarter. Well, no, even fourth quarter interception was a bad interception. What do you do to answer it? A fucking dog-ass drop in overtime.
Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. In the third spot, Jason Tatum.
And he's taken off on a tremendous scoring streak at the perfect time. I mean, obviously, he's established himself as a premier playoff performer.
Thompson outside.
Then was the turn it off. It really reminded me
And here's Tatum for three. Well, three-pointers right on target. Tatum's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, you have got to be pleased with the start of this third quarter. 3 for 4 out of the gate. Just keep your rhythm now.
We get 23 points over.
Nowitzki against Tatum.
We won the game in overtime, 26.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really good team. They find a way to go win games.
You're talking about one of the most decorated superstars in the history of college basketball.
They go
maybe the most impressive feat.
I ain't concerned at all. You want to build talent.
Kareem has a way of affecting
winning. You got to build that thick skin. You don't want to blow everything out. You want some tight games.
So he makes 1 of 2. That's the second one.
Maybe the special teams got to win it.
Pacers trail by 7. Outside Tatum.
So now we want 9 straight games. We play over every game. All 9 we have played. We won the last 4 games by 3 because we won that by 3
can beat you in so many ways.
He's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
And your quarterback is
so here's Charlotte following the score by Indiana.
Which is really awful. And the rest did everything in overtime to hand you this football game, and you couldn't take it because they missed the cookie ball. They left the swing at 25 yards that would put you in trouble right away.
Curry knows what his team is doing to set him up. In that instance, just get him the ball in the catch and shoot game.
So,
now here's Curry, 7 points in the game.
It's not throwing it out.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
Hornets lead by 4.
The best quarterback for the Washington Commanders. He used to the break, and they roll up 419 yards in year 402. And this defense is supposed to be a top 5 defense, and they got 490 yards. And Mariota looks like John Elway. Every time I got there, John, he steps up and makes another big 4-down throw. I think you shut down, lock down, the defense. And Roger Mark is getting marked again and again. And really, I just wasn't impressed. I'm like, what are you going to do?
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You're hanging on the edge of the foot, man, and if you let go,
there you go. There you go. Let's go with that dumb shit.
We fucking #1 in the division. Yeah, you know all that. When the Chiefs won 12 1-score games. Was they hanging on or was they hanging on for a couple?
Durant's checked in. Jordan's checked in for Indiana. And so onto the Kuba will bring it up for the Hornets. To the inside. It's Harden by Barry. Barry's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Jordan passes to Barry. Barry outside. Hornets with the rebound.
Almost feels desperation. He wants badly to see the ball go in the bag.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end in the cup, it's exactly where you want it. That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
And we got shit called against us too.
Curry against Curry. Abdul-Jabbar.
But that's really kind of that too. That was a 14
And the shot goes in.
Abdul-Jabbar's
got 9 points now in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Past the morning.
I'm just slightly concerned. I believe in the Broncos.
And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up. This thing and he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Barry. 8 points for him. And it's good. 2 points. Barry's got 10 points.
Coaches love assisted buckets, but it just means the team is working well together.
Shot clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Again, it's Indiana.
And every night he takes the court. Rick Barry is an offensive force, but he's taking it to a whole new level here in this one. He is scoring at will.
Outside, Abdul-Jabbar. Nowitzki right side. Over Barry. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so is Charlotte in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The rapid to create a new private national government under which the United States could work. That's his first master stroke, which prevents his first Washington from public investment, thus giving the gathering the Cowboys. Thank you.
And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with this guy.
Drafted and farmed, and then they got too far, they got to 2-4 and
The defensive intensity is going to be critical. The offense will need the defense to bring effort.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. We've got Tatum. Price is out there with Thompson. Then there's Mourning, and it's Jordan in at the small forward. From 12 feet out, it's rebounded by Charlotte. KD's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And they're controlling hard boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
He's really taking care of the ball. That's just his first turnover tonight.
Cunningham against Price.
Outside
Tatum. And a miss there on the triple.
It can be a surprise to him, and that's why he missed.
Charlotte moving it around. Booker against Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Booker inside. He's covered by Thompson. Booker no good. Price outside. Him against KD. Here's Jordan. The 15-footer. Good. Jordan's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Indiana. Hornets leading by 7. Cunningham outside. Inside. Abdul-Jabbar kicks to Cunningham. And here's KD for 3. Down to the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots to the 4. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Cunningham. And Indiana with the change here too. Mourning's checked in for Mourning. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team. They took a laid-back approach to the huddle, telling the team, everyone thinks this game is over, so just go out there and let it rip. Let's see what we can do. And I think the players love that message.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
And they worked the ball around so well tonight. Those quality looks for mid-range.
Now here's Giannis. Pass to KD. Antetokounmpo against Jordan. KD passes to Irving. A three-pointer, no good. Pacers trail by 8. Jordan kicks to Price. Now Tatum. No good from outside. And Giannis missing. And George Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. They played a great fourth quarter defensive football and only 3 points.
Right there, you see how quickly MJ gets into the air. Yet another one of his natural gifts.
Outside Durant. They played a great fourth quarter defensive football and only 3 points. Antetokounmpo against Price.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside.
Pacers trail by 8. And so it's Cornwall here calling timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
But it's going to come down to both ends, making plays in the fourth quarter. Exactly. He's done it. He loves the guy. In the playoffs, it's not a blowout. No, not that it's not a blowout. I want to convince him. It's the Cowboys. Well, that's not little pedigree. How is it not composure? How is it? Why is it different? Why is it? That's what I'm saying. I got a lot for you. Okay, the last play of the game. Nick Benito is obviously the most dangerous captain. He's 6th in the league in fast. Go look at it. He lines up uncontested, unblocked. They do not block Nick Benito on the last play. It's 4-on-4, and for some reason he lines up a little wider, and nobody touches him. He gets a full head of steam at RF. That's why I thought it was all right. Let's make it sooner and compete again.
So apparently Stan Van Gundy has some tapes on his actual podcast.
Some changes for Charlotte. Dirk Nowitzki's checked in for Durant, and Curry subbed in for Irving. Perry's checked in for Indiana. Stephen Curry comes in for Price.
Yeah. Who's your quarter way through the season MVP if you've got that?
So I'm going to get it's close. I mean,
Curry looking around. Got it to go.
I think you simply have to admire the way Stephen Curry distributes the basketball. His vision, his court awareness is simply insane.
He thinks the phone is last year is the best year of Jokic's career, better than the teams. And now he's having a year better than that. The guy keeps getting better. And it made up Jokic to me that is unusual.
It's always really good.
Hornets lead by 5. It's Antetokounmpo on the way. Powers from inside.
Contact doesn't matter against you.
It's still stop.
Boy, a monster bucket yet again from Steph Curry. Knew they had to get something from that possession, and you knew he delivered.
That's effectively
Now it's Curry.
and so those are just different ranks and we know we can keep. Now, second thing,
Jabbar against Curry.
to say that it's like close is a good.
Misses the 3.
Boy, when you're trying to make a play, every shot counts. You have to be selective.
70-plus game.
Here's Antetokounmpo.
In this episode, J-Dub hasn't even played a minute of
It
basketball.
misses.
And he's effectively, he's getting tackled.
Tatum
He
with
may
it.
not
Outguarded
be
by
the
Booker.
same level as Jokic,
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful line.
Now here's Booker.
If your team is under duress and needs a score, Devin Booker is the answer, folks.
To me, it's crazy. That is crazy.
Nobody taking that shot more than Steph Curry. What a pressure player.
You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk that
possession. Booker, he's covered by Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Good.
With the game.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Timeout call for Pacers. There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think coach's focus is going to be here?
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
Thompson. Onto the Kubo with the rebound. And now we got the intentional foul. And he commits the intentional foul.
People are actively showing robots of working the defense because for whatever there has been this push in the last 3 or 4 years. People trying to debunk this narrative out of the defender of Jokic. I want to clear the last thing. I do not think Jokic is as bad as a defender that maybe people are making him to be. The real case to being that and his defensive being that people attempt to claim to be based off of steals and defensive metrics that are
just terrific job knocking these down in a big
spot. And I don't understand how anybody could build that will sit there and tell you that Jokic is the first or second best defender in the history. And somehow 2 times a better defender than Victor Wembanyama.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8.
I believe in it. And so now, what people are doing is saying his
both at the line. It's a 9-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws put this away.
And so it's Charlotte with the win. This was a pivotal game in the series so far, and they were able to keep their heads straight, get the job done, and take the all-important 3-2 lead.
Now they can just a little bit easier knowing they're just 1 win away from closing this thing out. Had they lost this game, the pressure on them would have been huge.
Just gigantic, you're right. It's time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoffs. So, for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, saying thanks for joining us. And now, we present the player of the game, Devin Booker.
Twice as good as Victor Wembanyama. This is not a real fucking match. It's not. It's not. There needs to be a better comprehension because the problem is that a lot of eye test niggas love to just stay stupid so they don't take the time out to learn these metrics. And then on the flip side, a lot of these stat niggas love the validation of being right. So they'll do whatever it takes to sit there and prove that these players are better than other people who really don't watch but are eye test niggas will say they are, and they'll just throw any number possible, even though in the back of their mind, they know that the number is very disingenuous. And using steals as some compliment to Jokic is a no. It's a no.
Working with the UCLA Bruins, my job is simple: to keep athletes ready to perform. That means healthy, resilient, and locked in physically and mentally. I started using Vinia because it's different. It's not a stim. It's not a nitrate-based nitric oxide booster that fades fast. Vinia is a blood flow product backed by real clinical data. Whether I'm working with my athletes or managing my own energy throughout the long days, staying in the flow matters. That's why I use Vinia. It's clean, it works, and it's Informed Sports certified. how I boost the quality of my videos. It's simple. I use an assistant, but not a real one. I use Gling AI. This tool can automatically cut your videos and remove bad takes. It also increases your video quality because it uses AI to search for the perfect B-roll to lay on top of your video. Of course, you can generate B-roll yourself by describing exactly what you need, or you can simply upload your own. If you want captions, just enable smart captions. Boom. Automatically generated, and they're animated. The enhanced audio button will literally do what it says. Decrease the noise and increase the quality. Gling also has a jump cut zoom button, which makes your video look so much more professional. So, if you don't want to pay for an assistant, try out Gling AI for free. And now you know.
Yeah, the points are, I mean, this guy, he's in another world, and this is what I talk about. We can talk MVP all we want, and we can debate, and Shea had a great year last year. Giannis is always great, all of this. I honestly think if you said, okay, you've got to win a championship this year to keep your job as a GM, okay, and we're going to draft all the players in the league, I think all 30 guys take Jokic. So we can talk about who the MVP is. I don't think even one GM takes anyone other than Jokic if it's all about winning right now and the job's on the line. So to me,
well, hopefully he said this before Nico Harrison lost his job, because Nico might have said Giannis off of defense alone, because apparently defense wins championships. So let's be clear with that. So let's be clear that. Hopefully this nigga said this before Nico Harrison lost his job, because if it was Nico, he probably would have said Giannis. I don't think that's that crazy with it. I don't think that's that crazy.
Today I was going to talk about DeAndre Ayton, but I am pushing that video off till tomorrow because there's been an interesting conversation around Austin Reeves going down on Twitter. One of the instances, the rare instances, where being on Twitter is not entirely a waste of time, because I actually think this conversation is interesting for a couple of reasons. And the angle that is being discussed here is that Austin is the greatest undrafted player in NBA history. And the only real competition for that spot, besides Austin himself,
funny looks.
I saw someone mention John Starks, but respectfully, if you want to say longevity means John Starks is better than Austin Reeves, you can go ahead and do that, but his career high scoring average is as good as the third best in Austin's career through 5 years. So eras, all of that stuff. But I'm personally, Austin's peak offensively is just clearly better, so I'm not really entertaining that. What is interesting is two angles in which I find this conversation interesting. One, should Austin even count because he was intentionally undrafted? And then two, how the fuck do you compare players like Austin Reeves and Ben Wallace, who could not be more on the opposite end of the spectrum as basketball players? It's akin to like trying to compare a comedy movie and Oppenheimer. Like, which one of these is better? Or just any, like a serious, prestigious drama versus like Big Mouth. Like, there's just no way to, the contrast is so significant that it makes the conversation really, really weird. And it ends up just being a conversation about offense versus defense. But let's talk about the first question. Austin Reeves, apparently, he's admitted to this. This isn't even something that's just coming out behind the scenes. Austin Reeves intentionally told a couple of different teams, the main one being the Detroit Pistons, to not draft him. Typically with the hopes, I don't know if he had some inside knowledge that the Lakers were going to sign him, or like an agent told him, like, yeah, if you will go undrafted, the Lakers want you, like something like that, which is, I don't think that counts as tampering so long as it's like his own choice to tell those teams not to draft him. But whatever it may be, he knew that he was going to get drafted. I believe the Pistons were going to take him even with like the 42nd pick, so earlier into the second round than not, but he didn't want to be, because a lot of the times if you get drafted later on into the second round, you won't really necessarily get that much opportunity. You can't necessarily get like the most ideal fit and circumstance, because like when he signed with the Lakers,
The best investment you can make is in yourself. And getting help from experts just makes sense. Our diverse solutions and 50 years of proven results are why smart investors know Vanguard's value is unmatched. So every hour, every goal, every careful decision you make can pay you back. Because Vanguard invests where it matters most, in you.
This was in 2021. If we go and look at their guard situation, yeah, they had Russell Westbrook, Malik
in
Monk,
the Eastern
who was
Conference
at that point, like, I actually think they would have signed
The Charlotte
Malik Monk
Hornets
after the fact,
are
if I'm
staring right in the
on
face
this
of a Game
timeline.
6
Yeah, they
showdown. Do they have the
They had Malik
fortitude to
Monk, who they
close
signed
out the
after the fact, but
series?
when he joined this
Now
team,
is their
otherwise
time
they
to try
had
and avoid
Isaiah
a Game
Thomas for 4
7
games.
against
That's
the
also after the fact.
Pacers.
DJ Augustine,
Round 2
35-year-old
of the
Rajon
NBA
Rondo,
playoffs continue.
34-year-old Darren
Coming right
Collison,
up.
who came back from retirement for 3
Everything
games
on the
for the
line
Lakers.
tonight as we get ready for Game 6.
And then, like,
Playoffs march on.
But they also
This is
just
Brian
had
Anderson with Clark
quite
Kellogg
the
and
short
Grant Hill.
supply of
Allie LaForce
actually
with us on the
good
sidelines.
guards.
So the
Avery
Hornets
Bradley
starting 5.
and
They've got Devin Booker. He's out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at center, blocking down the middle. And for Indiana, we've got Jason Tatum. And it's Barry in at the small forward. You take a look at the Hornets. This is their chance to finish off what's been a highly contested series. But it's going to be tough to do on the road.
Tough indeed. I mean, even though they were the favorites coming in, they're facing an opponent with surging confidence in an arena that may be as loud as we've heard all year. This should be a terrific game.
But is that really the same thing as the
gets the ref's attention.
Wallace,
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah,
I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Like his rookie season, Ben Wallace only played 6 minutes per game. He only played 6 minutes per game, and he only played 34 games. He has worked his way up, proved that he's just such a dominant defensive player. So I do feel like that's more valid.
Here's Booker.
That's
Some
more
solid
valid.
defense from Gordon.
And
now Indiana on the fast break. Here's Tatum. Lays it up, banks it in.
Awesome speed from Tatum. Excels at getting to the right place in these fast break chances.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for
I
Charlotte.
have no idea. He goes to the point system and he wins BPAY. He wins it 4 times in 5 years. The year that he doesn't win it is his second in BPAY.
Three from Curry. Nice start for him. Taking his first shot.
Off a pass.
BPAY. If you go and look at his resume here, 4-time All-Star, led the league in rebounds twice. He had 15 rebounds per game in 2003. He led the league in blocks as well in 2002, so he got sort of block game. So, of course, actual NBA champion in the 2004 season. Austin was not a part of the so he didn't have a championship. Sarasota doesn't have all the defensive teams. Sarasota doesn't have the defensive player of the year. Sarasota doesn't have so obviously it's directly from a resume perspective. Yeah, Ben Wallace is a way better resume. That's kind of what is likely to happen when he played out his full career. Like, Ben Wallace's first All-Star game, he was 28 years old. Where when you look at Austin, he's 27 and he's probably about his first
clear foul there on the missed shot.
So yeah, I don't think there's a conversation
that one on Giannis
And I like the energy Barry plays with. You can tell he has a real love and passion for the game. Always willing to give it his best.
People value guys who score the ball. So than guys who are more about the intangible stuff, defense and rebounding. And for what it's worth, Ben Wallace.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Oh, it's stolen by Jordan. Here's Curry. Gets rebounded by Charlotte.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Pass to Tatum.
Yes, please. I'm going to give you stats.
Fires the three. Giannis with the rebound.
A little disjointed to start this game, missing 3 of their first 4 shots already.
Nowitzki, pass to Curry. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get off a shot. From downtown. Rebounded by Mourning.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Tatum. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. Booker goes in. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Pass to Curry. Here's Barry. Booker defending. Barry misses. The Hornets have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Nowitzki. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Boy, the sweet stroke of Nowitzki, proving how lethal he is right there.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Thompson, he's checked in for Indiana. And a change for the Hornets. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Booker. Pacers trail by 3. Curry with it, now guarded by Curry. Inside, here's Barry. Lays it up and in off a pretty assist.
Taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him. Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense.
Now here's Durant. Antetokounmpo outside. And that comes off the assist by Durant.
Good luck against Giannis in the paint. Get out of the way is probably your best option.
Pass to Mourning. Thompson outside.
I was just saying that shit to myself like last night. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, why the fuck is Jokic #1 and we got a better record?
6 to
We
shoot.
#2 in the West.
Indiana needs to get a shot off. Shot is good by Curry.
Straight up, Curry is as good as anyone and perhaps the best we've seen from 3-point range.
Now Durant. Still no points. Fires it from 18. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. During the playoffs, the NBA leaders in shooting from the floor. The 4th spot held by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Since we started the playoffs, he's been totally locked in offensively, taking and making some good looks.
Indiana has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Back to Jordan. 56 seconds left in the opening quarter. Curry looking it over. Nowitzki pass to Antetokounmpo. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And the free throw, no good.
Yeah, you know, the Greek Freak is extremely versatile. He's a 5-position player and does all of it at an elite level.
Now here's Thompson. No made basket yet. Pass to Baylor. Into the lane. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. Woo!
B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Longest long, we call that. Where that rim at?
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and clock. outside.
Averaged close to 13 after winning the MVP the prior year. While scoring figures so large, only Michael Jordan is topped in the modern era. Giannis Antetokounmpo in 2019 and 2020 averaged close to 30 points on the night, while grabbing 12 to 13 rebounds, dishing out 5 to 6 assists, and playing some of the best defense in the league. From here, the stat lines were only getting more stupid, like Nikola Jokic averaging close to a 30-point triple-double in 3 MVP campaigns, while shooting the ball more than 15% better than Russell Westbrook, and not putting himself into cardiac arrest trying to do it. Joel Embiid in 2023 and SGA in 2025 both made Kevin Durant's 2014 scoring numbers look like a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, MVP inflation is a real thing. The bar to win an MVP.
The American Cancer Society saved my life.
Has been set to an unbelievable standard that would have been looked at as a joke just 20 or even 10 years ago. Steve Nash in 2005 only needed 15, 3, and 11 to win the award. Since 2005, we've seen 31 individual seasons outside of Steve Nash where a player has averaged north of 15 points a game and at least double-figure assists. Taking this even a step further, I could probably name you at least 10 point guards this season that are producing more than 05 Steve Nash, including Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Kate Cunningham, Steph Curry, James Harden, LaMelo Ball, Josh Giddey, and Jamal Murray. But this doesn't just apply to point guards. Kevin Garnett won the MVP in 2004 with an insane stat line of 24 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, and about 4 stocks a game or 50% shooting. An all-time historic season. Except we have Giannis now, from 2019 to 2026, averages 6 more points and 1 more assist on significantly better shooting, while only paling in rebounds and defense. Dirk Nowitzki in 2007 was seen as a once-in-a-generational unicorn, a 7-foot European star who could drain deep shots like a 2-guard, was extremely mobile and agile on offense, and was an overall offensive maestro. Except we have Nikola Jokic now, who averages more points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, while having a night and day efficiency difference. KD in 2014 was seen as the scoring ultimate boss. He had the 3-ball, the mid-range, the paint, the tight handle, the bag. He had everything. Except Joel Embiid and SGA both have MVP campaigns where they've scored more and a better efficiency. And it's not just the MVP favorites that have gotten better, but the whole surrounding competition has been steeper than